you're going through all the success, you're doing your thing, but like you mentioned earlier, you had caught a crack case like 10 years before. So every day you're wondering if you're gonna actually get caught.
Well, actually, I caught a crack case early, and that particular crack case, I got probation for it. I violated that probation, and I was on the run from a probation violation. So I ended up getting caught, and I ended up going to a probation hearing. And in that probation hearing, they gave me 8 years.
Damn.
8 years TDC. But I made an appeal bond. An appeal bond is something they used to get about in Texas. You can get it with 15 years or less. When I made the appeal bond, that's when I went on the run. I never returned from the appeal bond. Then I had a lawyer who told me he kind of dispensed it. I paid him. I had all type of paperwork. So I went on a run from that from 96 to 2006.
Right, because when you signed your deal, it was with a fake name. You had fake IDs.
Yeah, I did actually.
I mean, you're really doing the most to try to like duck this thing.
I am.
As you should, but still, I mean.
I tell people all the time, you gotta know how to run. Got to know how to run. I was blessed, man. As I go back now, God blessed me, you know what I'm saying? Even with getting out of the situation, everything that I had to do, it ended up being, I went through so much to get out of it, and it ended up not even being as worse as I thought it was gonna be. But I tell people all the time that you have to know when, I shouldn't be giving this advice because I don't want you to run, but I knew how to run. I wasn't in the mix. It was just a blessing. I only did rap things. I only did the things that I had to do to survive. I wasn't in the cars like I usually be. I wasn't outside. I wasn't partying. I wasn't doing that. Everything I did. That's how I became so movie knowledgeable. I've seen everything.
You were just in the house all the time?
Yeah, I was in the house all the time.
Trying to avoid going to prison.
I was in the house all the time trying to avoid going to prison. So I seen everything. And that turned me to the, and guess what? That particular trait has me who I am now. I'm not a late guy now anymore. I'm not I was out of the club so long, it took that whole spirit out of me. So I'm only in the club now if I have to be. You know what I'm saying? If I'm working and stuff, so I'm not a club guy. Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, getting dressed, going to the club. Never been that guy because in my time of being young, when all that was happening, I wasn't doing it.
Well, right. You're on the run for 10 years and you end up catching a minor weed case. And that's when they actually,
they got
went
me.
through your fingerprints, and next thing you know,
they got me.
They got you.
They finally.
Right.
And I hadn't even told G-Dash, T-Fair, Swishahouse, I hadn't told them nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I got these, they were suspicious because my name was one thing on paper. I may catch the plane, and I was catching planes in my other name.
Right. Did you bond out on a fake name?
I bonded out on a fake name. Because where I bonded out from was in the country.
Right.
And they still had the roll-on print.
Right.
So we bonded out, they had the roll-on print, and about 3 weeks later, the prints came back. And they were very, very confused. And they was like, man, who's this guy? This guy with his fingers come break, they saying he has a warrant. So we was me and my lawyer at the time, we were trying to conjure up something that was gonna make us drive down there for probation. Everybody, we're gonna go do this year probation, but they got us when they hit us with, now we gotta transfer it to Houston. You live too far, and we can't do it from here. So they transferred the probation to Houston, and they got me on the first day that I went. Finally.
Well, it cost you $100.
And what I was going to say, and that was probably the best thing that happened for them to get me.
Well, it cost you $100,000?
$100,000.
To get out.
50 up front.
50 up front.
And 50 when I got out.
Right.
Yep.
Swishahouse gave you $50,000?
Yeah, they did. They wrote me a check for $50,000, and the best thing about it was, like I say, that's when this comes in handy. I had never got $1 from them. I had one of the hottest mixtapes. I had to finish my album. I got Chunk Up the Deuce. I hadn't got $1. Now, we've made some money. I'm not telling you like Swishahouse is greedy. But as far as like an advance, here's $20,000 for signing 30. I got none of that. So when it was time to write me that $50,000 check, it wasn't that reluctant. I was worth it. You know what I'm saying, at the time. But I'm so street till I'm indebted to them for life for that. I took that as street. They saved my life. I needed $50,000 to get my life back to become who I was after running all that time. I had the best lawyer in the city, Chip Lewis, and it cost $100. You know what I'm saying? But, man, that's a story too. It really didn't cost $100, and some people done some sneaking around, but we paid that. And I had to pay the other $50 when I got out. I did, and I got my life back.
Well, yeah, you said I ran for 10 years to do 3 months.
To do 3 months.
That's how long you were locked up for?
For 3 months. Yeah. For 3 months, because at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, don't think when you get an appeal and you're doing you're doing your time outside. No, you don't. When I got there, I still had that 8 years. It's just that the lawyer that I had, the DA that I had, it was a lot of mix up. The lawyer hadn't wrote this lawyer who had wrote and said that this case was over with and dispensed, he hadn't done it to 2 or 3 people. So the judge knew I had that going for my side, and then I had the best lawyer. I had Chip, he had Favor, on his side. So I was able to come home. I did 3 months, came home to I'm a G, and I'm a G was the second biggest song I ever had besides Southside.